The scientific method has been the bedrock for how we learn about the world around us ever since the 17th century. Now, machine learning is helping to change that, thanks in part to researchers working in drug discovery at Novartis. Getting drugs to market has traditionally been a long road.
It takes about 12 to 15 years to go through several million molecules and bring just one of them to the patient at the end. Anything that can reduce the time or cost on that would be a win.
One of the most time-intensive tasks in this process is image analysis.
You would have to look at row by row results of experiments. We would have a chemist or a biologist poring over these for months.
While the researchers bring their own experience to the table, they're also bringing their own biases and can possibly be limiting themselves by only having certain hypotheses that they're using to interpret the data, as opposed to ones that are just simply outside their domain.
Enter the deep neural network.
A deep neural network is a sophisticated type of machine learning model. It works by finding patterns in data, and this is done by breaking apart the data into different features. It's like if you imagine you're trying to describe what a cat looks like. One layer of this network might be the overall shape of cats from photos. Another layer may be more about the ear or the whisker, and then the output is more of a holistic view of what a cat looks like.
We are currently using deep neural networks in order to predict how compounds work in cells. And the way we do this is by collecting images of cells using a microscope.
We dye the cell, which enables us to create a beautiful image of what the compound has done to the cell.
Now at this point, you have a collection of images, and that is the input into the deep neural network.
Machine learning is able to do just in minutes what it would take a chemist or a biologist months. It can find patterns much more quickly and build models that would make a prediction much more accurately.
The hope is to essentially separate the wheat from the chaff, the molecules that will work versus the molecules that don't work. And if we can filter out the molecules that would have otherwise have failed further down the pipeline, then we can speed the development of getting drugs to the patient and also at a reduced cost as well.
Machines are unlikely to replace scientists in drug discovery. They are great at solving specific tasks with lots of data. There's other kinds of tasks in drug discovery that involve more integrative, creative thinking.
They're now free to spend more of their time on the interpretation of the results, which is something machine learning can't necessarily do, and other tasks that just require more of their attention and time.
With pioneers like those at Novartis, harnessing the power of machine learning has the potential not only to save lives, but to change science as we know it.
What we're doing is a paradigm shift from the traditional scientific method, where originally you would have observations that lead to a specific hypothesis, and then you test that hypothesis. In this case, we're generating large-scale data in an unbiased way, and then we're turning algorithms and machine learning onto the data to find new hypotheses that we can then go test. We are creating a more successful future for understanding and interpreting experiments. It's basically a meta-analysis approach to science.